This video will go over the function of the BK Mikro 4. The BK Mikro 4 controller has 4 dip switches. L and R are used to set the directional rotation of the wand, whether it backs to the left or to the right. F and O signifies whether we're detecting an object, being a drill or tap, or in free space mode, we can scan a certain window or area to make sure that it's clear of any obstructions. This could be used to determine if a part has been ejected from a sub-spindle or if a specific area is free. The next dip switch is your contact closure dip switch. This just determines whether the relays are in a normally open or normally closed state. The final dip switch, single arrow and double arrow, are used to set the scanning intensity. With the single arrow, the scanner will decelerate 10 degrees before the known position, allowing the wand to contact at a softer speed. This allows us to go down to tools around 15 thousandths of an inch. The double arrow will contact at full scanning speed and can possibly break small tooling, but is useful for getting through high pressure coolant streams. To power the control box, we can use either 120 volts AC or we can also use 24 volts DC. The inputs to the controller are always 24 volts DC. If we only have 120 volt I/O on the machine control, we can power the unit with 120 volts AC. The BK Mikro will then output 24 volts DC, which can get put back into the teach and start terminals. The teach and start terminals are activated anytime 24 volts is applied for 6 milliseconds or longer. This will then tell the scanner to go out and either teach a position or start and check a position that has been taught. It will then output either an OK or not OK fault. The rotary dials can be used to manually set a window to scan within. You can set the dials. The first dial would be the position that it would need to achieve, and the second dial would be the position that it would end the scanning in, meaning you could set it to 90 and 180 degrees. The wand would then go to 90 degrees and start checking for presence of a tool. As long as it finds something between 90 and 180 degrees, it will output an OK. If using free space, you have to use this mode, and you would set it the same way, so between 90 and 180 degrees, as long as everything is free within that area, it would output an OK. If there was an object still there, it would then output a fault, which would go back to the control and put the machine in feed hold. We'll now go through some demonstrations of the BK Mikro scanner and how it functions. The BK Mikro 4 scanner will go out in a slow fashion and scan to find a position of a tool when a teach is applied to the control. Once the position is taught and the control gives it its start signal, it will go out in a faster sweeping motion and find that position to check it, which then outputs an OK. It will continue to do that until the tool breaks off. Once the tool is broken and it scans, it will then output a fault or a not OK. It will continue to output a not OK until the operator replaces the tool and checks the machine again. It will then output an OK, verifying the tool is present and it's OK to continue running. If we prefer, we can set a specific range using the dials. I've set the dials between 90 and 180 degrees. The scanner is going to go out and check within that window. As long as it contacts something within that 90 degree window, it's going to output an OK. This allows us to check tools which have varying diameters. When setting the controller to free space mode, if the dials are both at 0, both lights will flash indicating we need to set a specific range to check in. We can then set a range. We're set between 0 and 90 degrees. When I apply a start signal, it goes out and checks that range to make sure it's free. If something is within that range, it will output a fault. This concludes the demonstration of the BK Mikro 4. If you have additional questions, please contact Technotool at 262-367-8665 and we'll be happy to help.